Well, happy 4th of July. Fake 4th of July. I'm not doing anything because there's nothing to celebrate. However, listen to this. Let's go back.
Country after another now turning not to Kansas or Nebraska, but to Saskatchewan, New South Wales, or Rostov-on-Don. The shift is not loud. It's complete. Let's begin in the Philippines. Long considered one of the most loyal buyers of U.S. wheat, importing nearly 3 million tons a year. For decades, up to 90% came from the U.S. But in 2025, that number dropped. Not in speeches, in purchase orders. A 12,000-ton contract was canceled. A 110,000-ton order was signed, but not with the U.S., with Canada and Australia. Before we continue, make sure to hit the subscribe button to show you support. It really helps the channel grow. Philippine millers cited price, but behind closed doors, they spoke of something deeper: instability, a rising cost not in dollars, but in risk. American wheat arrived late. Insurance premiums rose. Trade policy created delays. One change in Congress meant containers could sit for weeks. It's not worth it, said one importer. Even if it's cheaper, it's unpredictable. Inland ports in Kansas fell silent. Rail yards in North Dakota saw trains waiting, then turning back. Inventories rose by over 40%. Grain sat unsold.
Until now, game changer. They have a wire trimming head that's universal. It's going to fit any weed eater. They have different size leads on it.
Grain sat unsold in silos. Harvests were burned. Not for protest, but practicality. No one's buying, said one Oklahoma farmer. So I'll just plow it under. And still, shelves in Manila were stocked, just not with American bread. Pandesal made with Canadian grain stabilized prices after a spike. There were no speeches, no campaigns, just silence. And then came France, a country where bread is heritage, where wheat matters more than politics. For decades, France bought from the U.S. premium hard wheat, reliable shipments. The crust of every baguette was built on American consistency. Not anymore. In 2025, French imports of U.S. wheat dropped to a 20-year low. Contracts once filled by Kansas now rerouted to Canadian farms. Even during France's own bad harvest, American wheat didn't move. Chemical standards weren't met, certificates weren't filed, carbon scores were too high, and trust gone. Buyers feared what might happen at customs. One wrong tariff.
Let me just say this. I just want to get in here and put my 2 cents in here. So even if Trump backtracks and he actually lets migrants loose to go back to these farms, and, you know, it is going to be a modern day slavery type of event when that does happen. The trust with all these other countries and the United States, it's gone. And it will never be the same again. It doesn't matter if we get a new president and the new president goes in and steps in. The trade trust with the United States has been diminished, and it is eradicated. It's gone. The trust is gone. And I don't know if the Trump supporters who still support Trump understand the severity of that when it comes to the American economy. But all signs lead to the complete collapse of the United States. And even if Trump and his regime wanted to create a all-white ethno-state, at this point, the economy is garbage and it will tank so bad you have never seen before. You won't even recognize. The Dust Bowl in the United States has nothing on what's about to happen. The collapse of oh my God, I can't even with this. The severity of this, I don't think people fully understand that are still supporting Trump. The trade trust is so far gone at this point. And the fact that even The Philippines are saying that they can't trust the quality of the wheat from the United States because there's no FDA, there's no any kind of regulations on whatever we export. Speaks volumes. The Philippines is saying this? And then it talks about Taiwan and all these other different countries that buy wheat from the United States. I forget what state, they actually changed from wheat to soybean, and still that's not going to go anywhere. Does anybody pay attention? While he's swaying you with his 4th of July fucking celebration, the United States and the things that we actually should actually celebrate, they're very far gone. They're very far gone. So, yeah, I won't be celebrating shit today when it comes to the 4th of July because honestly, he's destroyed the Constitution to the point where it's a joke to the rest of the world. It's a joke to a lot of Americans. The things that are happening because he's broke the state of law in America so severely, and the fact that police officers aren't stopping ICE agents and all these other things that are happening. The destruction of America, it's here. It's at the fucking doorstep. It's at the doorstep. And then he says he wants to do videos and movies with Putin. Cultural movies and videos with Putin. What the fuck? What the whole fuck? Selling alligator Alcatraz concentration merch. If you don't see that he is purposely and his whole governing system aren't purposefully destroying America, where the fuck are you? Where you been? Where the fuck have you been? And these Republican MAGA fucking senators and I mean, what the whole fuck? Where you been? This is the destruction of America. It is.